Welcome to the garden for day 2 of the 9 candles. And I am going to light the candles in a minute. But first, I thought I'd talk a little bit about rituals. We all have rituals and we all have things that we like to do on a regular basis. We also have things that we pull out and make very special to ourselves, and kind of agree this is going to be a time to break from the normal patterns. Now, if you ever watch Joe Dispenza talk about meditation and how it can change your whole mental outlook, and how you can actually change the whole direction of your life, he talks about those changes in terms of before now we've been Newtonian. In other words, there's been a cause and effect to everything we do. And what he asks people to do is to stop, to become mindful of what your body's doing, what your mind thinks it's doing, and in essence, sort of break the patterns. Because, and I think that that's another way that I've related that to COVID is COVID made us all change our patterns. We all had to make major adjustments. There isn't a person running around, even if they went to the same place they went every day to work, say in a healthcare facility, their whole, how they ran there, how they worked there, everything changed. So everybody got yanked out of how the world was and put into a brave new land. And in a way, if you read, and if you watch any of Joe Dispenza's things, he talks about that. He talks about how we used to do cause and effect. Everything was sort of a yes or a no. You know, it was, even in situations, it was going to be this way, it's going to be that way. But one of the things that he talks about is when you break those patterns, all of a sudden you see a new way. And that goes back to the statement I had in the first show about when the soul wants a new experience, she puts it out in front of her and walks into it. And in essence, that's what he's saying. A lot of meditation does for people. It breaks those patterns. It makes them go forward, go into a new direction. And in a way, sometimes this sort of ritual makes us break our pattern, think about what we're really doing. And that makes a difference to how we move forward and where we're going. And so, it's the definition of ritual is it's a religious or solemn ceremony consisting of several actions performed into a prescribed order. But I think it's not just a religious one. I think that's where we get the habit of doing it from. But I think we can make our own rituals and decide our own way to do things and come up with our own paths and our own paradigms. And so we're going to light the 2 candles today for the second day. And the question I'm going to ask is, we're on a new path. Where's it going? And I'm going to do a card reading on that after I light the candles. But after I light the candles, I'm going to have to move the candles because the candles are sitting where I read cards. So guys, it gets crowded down here. For a little day 1 candle, did not have much of a wick. Day 2 candles got a decent wick, so maybe this one will really burn. Okay. And once again, I want to talk about how thank you and welcome to the path of enlightenment through merging our energy with the energies of the universe through this 9-day journey with the candles. By merging our energy, we're merging our thoughts, our intentions, and where we intend to go and to be. So we're asking the universe today to give us a shot at seeing what's ahead of us. And that's the reading I'm going to do. So I'm going to move the candles very carefully up here by my computer screen where they're not going to like it very much. I think I'm going to try and see. And if you're new to my channel and you're saying, is her presentation is always kind of that flaky, like it was that, I think I'm out. I just don't move them out. I don't go rehearse them. So then I have to move things and change things. And yes, it is that flaky at times, but what we're going to do is path forward. Can use those cards for one part. Dead air, dead air, dead air. What's going on? I promise you, I have people coming to be with me, which will make these things go much more smoothly. I find I work better sometimes when I'm with other people. Anyway, okay. I'm going to put out one card for each of the next 6 months, and then I'm going to put a clarifier on top of it. This is going to be June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and clarifying. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So the big move in, oh, couldn't be better. That's the Queen of Coins. If I can't, my camera finally do a decent picture of it. She's in this lush garden. She has everything around her. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make everything more beautiful. Practical and wise advice. And the message for us is, yeah, we're going to get our masks off. Yeah, we're going to be able to go out and do things we haven't been able to do, but do it with a sense of temperance. Don't go over the top. Don't wear yourself out. July is going to be the Five of Raphael. Somehow I had a feeling this card would show up in this reading. And the Five of Raphael is in the traditional tarot. That's the Five of Cups. And if you notice, she's opened all the gifts. She's kind of looked at them and said, nah, maybe not. And she's headed for this, this gift over here. There's another gift left for her to open. And it says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities of happiness. Search for the silver lining. And I really can't tell you how much I think we need to be able to do that. We need to let ourselves grieve for what we need to grieve for, but also to allow this new energy that's coming into our lives of being free from COVID. But we still need to be defensive. We still need to be watchful because we don't know all the answers that there are about this crazy ass disease. Anyway, June, July, August is peace. I think there's going to be a lot of people not realizing how much letting go they need to do. Isn't he beautiful? And that's the Archangel Azrael. It says, release the past. There is a much more enriching future coming. And look, what shows up in August? The Ten of Cups, which is just like the best, most blessed card in the deck of everybody being house and home and family. And oh, this is great. You got the Empress, which is all kinds of good abundance things. Look at all these major arcana showing up here. The time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious and abundant resources. This is in September. I can tell you for all the parents whose kids are going back to school, that's probably what it's going to feel like. And it's also release after a difficult journey. When this card's right side up, it means crossing. This card's been called the Bridge of Despair, but what it is a lot of challenges put in front of you so you can go create your new life with the new wand. In this case, it's reversed, and that means you're over that bridge. We're over the bridge. Yay! October. It's going to be like, this is the Fool card. It's 0. I'm sorry, I'm covering up a 0. This is the Fool, and it's leap of faith. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. And if you need to retreat, if you need time alone, if you need to figure out which way is the next move for you, go for it. That's perfectly fine. But understand there's going to be a tremendous sense of release around us. November is lots of things moving forward in a very positive manner. It's time to take action, great passion for a cause. Instinctively, you will know what's right to do. It's going to be a confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic time for all of us. And that's the message we need to carry to each other. We need to let each other know, yes, this horrible thing happened. We've lost all these people. We've been through this time of being locked down, but it's also time to look at what we learned. And I think one thing I can hear constantly from my clients is they learned they had a whole lot of stuff and a whole lot of people around in their lives, not the ones who died, but a lot of other people that they were just filling time with. And now time seems so precious. They're moving ahead forwardly. And December is going to be divine guidance. And it's search for the meaning of life. Consider the alternative approaches, consider alternative approaches, not to being alive or not, but alternative approaches to live your life. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. That's just what I was talking about. People have found out there are other sources to go for. And it's that materialism is going to fade from our lives. The having to have the new this or the best that or the whatever. We're figuring out, no, maybe we need just good, clean food that's not super fancy. Or this is also the devil in the traditional deck. This is the devil. It kind of looks like him. But materialism really is the way our world embodies the devil. And it means let go of all your addictions, the things that were holding you back, the things you became dependent on that no longer function. Like Joe Dispenza says, don't do the causal yes, no, do the quantum theory, go from being a wave to be making yourself into a particle. And that's what the soul moving forward into the new experience is. One more card to draw for you, and then we will put the candles out. And this is a beautiful deck of oracle cards. If I were to have this, if I only had one deck of oracle cards, this is the one I'd had. It's called the Surrender deck. And I'm just going to pull a card flat out of the middle. Couldn't go better. I pulled that one blind. Surrender to your soul's path. Isn't that gorgeous? And it says your life journey is perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace each lesson and each moment. So for me, that was when we were talking about what is the path ahead, where are we going? That's where we're going. We're going with our soul's purpose. So I'm going to bring the candles over, blow them out. We put that many candles on a tray, it gets heavy. Okay, I'm going to blow them out. And thank you for joining me for day 2 of the candle ceremony. From now on, for the most part, I'm going to have someone with me. And like I said, I hope that each of you will discuss and understand rituals, how they work in your life, and where they can make it more meaningful. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.